Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be ready to start our session now. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line. In your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we get into our practice session, we'll take few minutes to clarify ourselves how this practice can help us and how you can apply it to your day-to-day life. Because the thing is this, whatever you practice, and if you can't apply it to your day-to-day life, it becomes unprofitable practice. You cannot develop your life practicing something else and living in a different way. So, the meditation itself means cultivation of your mind. Cultivation of your mind means development of your mind. Why we need that kind of development? Why we need a special practice to develop our mind? The very reason from the day you born, even before you come to this world, when you are in the mother's womb, we are already facilitated by ideas, and another way, names and forms. So once you facilitated by ideas, then you start to develop your life on that ideas. Once you hold it to ideas, you lose the capacity of human mind, because you have ability to live without ideas. That is your true nature. Just imagine when you feel something great in you or regarding some situation, there is no ideas for that. The worst thing happened in the human history, this ideology became stronger, and then certain kind of people develop these ideologies, and it can belong to religion mainly, politics, economy, culture, tradition, nations. So like that, they develop ideologies, and then whoever come to that society as newcomers, newly born babies, and start to clinging to that. And then that children, when they become young, they became puppet to the ideology. So that's what happened even for ourselves also. And if you clinging to ideology, you are anymore not going to be a human being. You will eat, you will sleep, you will, reproduce, you will go here and there, laugh, but that is not a human life. The animal also do that things. So the human life is always depend on the awareness. So when you tune to the awareness, it take you to recognition. When you're able to recognize something just by experience, just by perception, just by clear comprehension, just seeing itself, hearing itself, smelling itself, and tasting itself, feeling itself, when you able to recognize it, you don't need any ideas to depend on that. You don't need any ideas or help to go with it. But the thing is, we lose the capacity when we see something, when we hear, smell, taste, feel something, directly, we cannot understand it. That means we lose the direct perception. Why it happened? Because our self-centered mind. So the deeper secret is any ideology. You will see, if you look very carefully from human history to today, any ideology to develop that, it come kind of like giving rewards to whoever believe it. It make like you become like great. That's how the ideology can exist. That's how that you become a puppet for that. Because you look for greatness and then you clinging to that. You hold it to that. And then you don't see, when you clinging to in that very moment, you lose your real ability. The real ability is without thoughts, without any kind of ideas, you able to see. But how about each and every person start to tune to that way? How this greed, hatred, and the delusion base, this environment can survive? How that the economy-based lifestyle can survive? They cannot. So then you need to depend on TV. You need to depend on ads. You need to depend on books, that the mostly bestseller books. And you need to depend on the motivational speakers. You want to depend on leadership. Somebody need to lead you. Go and do it. So like that, then you feel so good and you don't see behind you, you lose you. So if you look very carefully, look at that, the great people, whoever in the history, they didn't follow that anything. Just as example, forget about the Buddha or the Jesus or Prophet Muhammad or that kind of, just start from the word we hear, the greatness. In the human history, that word we hear next to the name from the Alexander the Great. Why he became great? Because in that time, the power was, the very nature was overtaking, overtaking land and becoming kind of like a heroes. Go and get it, so they are the one who used to be rewarded like heroes. All if you look the human history, most rewarded people is kind of like the warriors, and but the Alexander the Great, he didn't become great because of he had a lot of lands. And in a certain level, he challenged his own nature. And he didn't allow himself to go with this his inbuilt nature. And he back up on it. That's why he became great. So can you do that? Can you back up yourself from your own nature? It's killing. But that is the secret, because we think, and in the environment, the other people, rewards, the becoming famous and getting more and more and views, and the millions views. So we depend on that. We think that is the greatness. No, it cannot survive like that. It loses our fundamental human qualities, or the fundamental human ability to have a very pure natural awareness. That's why the people more and more worship now artificial intelligence, and because deeply they lose this natural intelligence. So, and another thing is that Nelson Mandela, look, he was a prisoner. He didn't have like you and me, the freedom to go here and there in a very tiny little room, more than 20 years. But how he became great? You have to look, in a prison, can a person become like that? And so you have to look. And in the American history, that John McCain, he was in Vietnam. And in that time that they told him to go back to his country. But his tortures and, give a hard time as a war prisoner. But still, he decided to be there himself for 7 years. And so how people can go beyond the social validations and environment and the others' rewards. Without that, how you can be great? Because there is a way. If you able to recognize that, it's going to be one of the greatest benefit for your own life. And because that secrets, little by little by little, going away from this human nature, and then you can give it to your next generation as one of the most beautiful gift. Because everybody like to be great, and we all in certain ways look for that. But the thing is, once you caught up in ideologies, ideas, and you lose that ability. So the meditation is a method. Allow you to become free from your own ideas and all this tangle concept that we holding inside us. And when you release from that, your mind start to come to a point to connect to something. that what you connect there is so powerful than what we learn from these outside schools. So, and another thing is, it brings the greatest satisfaction to yourself. And another way we call it philosophy. And another way we call it spirituality. And another way we call it as happiness. And another way we call it as a truth. And another way we call it as the Dharma. And another way we call it as the nature. And the beauty of the human mind, you have ability to tune to that, connect to that, harness with it. Once you come to that level, you get out of the pain. So suffering means itself, we disconnect from the very organic nature. The difficulties means, hardness means, resistance means, we are disconnecting from the pure nature. So the meditation is a method take you to that connection. Not once you connect to that, not the events going to change outside world, but the way we take it deeper inside us, the way we handle it going to change. That's where the same situation can happen. Maybe today, somebody giving a hard time to you and saying some unnecessary things. And it is very difficult for you to hear. But once you develop your awareness to certain level, and once you're able to tune to the pure nature, you will hear the same words from the same person in the same environment at the same timeline. But the deeper inside that what you go through, that difficulty, sadness, worry, unhappiness, the pressure, not going to happen. So that's mean, you have to very carefully understand, that mean there is something inside us we need to tune. Because once you tune to that, your body going to be the same. And you can be in the same environment. And you will experience the same situation, but the way you handle it going to change. Then you have to think about it. You know, it cannot teach by words, okay, do this way, that. Like, only thing is, what I can say, there is something that you have to tap into, you have to connect to, not with the changing by the people or the situations or the environment or anything, not that. And it is what we call the awareness. According to the ability of your awareness, the way we react is changed. So then only the tool that you have to sharp in a certain level, your awareness. Because once you start to sharp it, clear it, master it, you start to tune to certain level of greatness in your life. And that greatness will change you. That head to toes, each and everything in our life, our behavior, the way we look. And I will tell you one thing. Once you tune to the awareness, once you connect to harmonize to that awareness, something happens in you. You will never criticize any human. There's no way that you can do it. You will never criticize any human. And you will never never harm to any animals. You will never interfere with any natural process. You will never disturb to any single plant. Just try to catch it yourself and imagine if you can have a life like that, that you become kind of like a, universal being. Anywhere you are, accepted, you welcome in any place, in any situation, you welcome. Why? Because you are the right person to be there. And that's why, remember this, in any situation, always, for greatness, there is a space. In any situation, anywhere, for greatness, there is a space. There is nothing will say no to greatness. So then you have to look into yourself and see if your husband, wife, children, parents, friends and family members, that the neighbors, if somebody come against, then you have to look into you and see there's something missing in you and try to fix that. Because once you fix it, there's nothing can come against you. So when you come to the awareness, you're going to see what you have to fix. That's it. So I cannot tell you have to fix that. You have to, no, it is person to person. Maybe it is different because the people become great in different ways. Wright brothers became great because they tapped into something else. Albert Einstein became great because of the something else. So like that, people can be great in different ways. So then for you, you have to see how. So what is the way for you? You want to be the same like this? Because if you die like this, remember, you're going to come like this. There's nothing going to change. And not only you're going to come to the same environment. The same kind of people going to be around you. So then what will happen? The same drama, same fight, the same thing you will experience. So then you cannot change others. Then what you can do? Don't be you like this. Just change. So when you change it, you have to change it to the greatness, for higher quality. So that higher quality you cannot follow by ideas. That's what happened in the world. That's why the millionaires suicide, because they try to become great with the ideas. So the ideology never going to protect you. It will destroy you. Famous people will suicide because they catch the greatness through the ideas. So the practicing meditation will take you to connect to the greatness just by being great. Not holding to idea. So then as a human being, when you tune to the present moment, that is the greatest moment in your life. If you do it, depending on the past or the future, no. When you tune to the present moment, That is the greatest thing that you can do to you. See, you become great in the moment, and that will uplift your life to greatness. So then naturally you become good for the goodness, not for something else, not for rewards. You become natural because you tune to the nature, not because you want to be healthy. You want to be organic and have a long life. No, you will die tomorrow. That's not a problem for you because you understand, you tune to the deeper nature. Then you don't look for something and doing something else. You live with it, and your life, in the moment, your life going to be complete. So once you achieve to that completion, and you get out of this timeline, time and space, mind and matter, you get out of it, you then free. So if you are tuned to moment of that freedom, it's kind of like you tune to the universal existence. And how about you tune to that for a moment? And if you're able to hold that little longer, little longer, little longer, in a certain level, you live with it. Your life become like that. And then the whatever that out of your body, mind, and the words, the whatever happens, it never going to harm to anybody. So that's why if somebody criticizes humans, that person have a deeper disconnection from the real truth. So the philosophy or the Dharma or the spirituality trying to take us to tune to that connection. That's the thing. Once you have that, it's like you, in the top of the ladder, you find the balance like that. Not on, at the first step, no. Top of the ladder, you find the balance. So like that in day-to-day life, when you live with others, when you interfere with things, you live a life without a self-centered mind. That is where out of your behavior all the goodness going to come. So that is the life that day by day, we need in this world. That is what we losing day by day. So then, that's why you have to practice a little bit. And don't allow yourself to lose that connection from you. Because once you lose it, and maybe we get into a kind of like a dream state, and we can live there also. We can have a moment, we can enjoy, we can laugh, we can dance, we can have fun. But we lose the beauty of life. And we lose the ability of recognition. And we lose the opportunity to transform. So don't lose that. Because if you lose it, we don't know after that where we go. No one can stop. Especially that when we start to go down, no one can take it us up. So then it is your responsibility. You are responsible for you. That's why we try to practice this little bit and give a little jump start to our inner nature, to find that truth and keep that connection with us. Because all the information through this, everything that whatever we receive, that everything trying to take us away from that natural connection. So then you have to increase some kind of strength And you have to develop certain effort to hold. Why? Because these outside things we cannot change. So the meditation is a method from ancient time to today, from our ancestors, from our enlightened masters to today. Somehow they used to keep this because they knew the value of this. And for you, and even for your children, it's going to be so valuable. Why? Because they're in the future, there are more and more and more things will come to our hands, and it slowly, deeply will disconnect from our nature. But if you have this, and if you have a method to keep tuned to your awareness, there is no way anything can challenge for that. So that's why even this entire outside world, depending from the greed, hatred, and the delusion, challenge for you once you become mindful that everything going to surrender. So then, rather than fighting with the world, it is better you come to a point to practice yourself and uplift your awareness. So once you have it, then you kind of like come to a point to experience the world without any attachment, or without any resistance, or without any fight. So when you can have that, that is where you can see the beauty of existence. So that is where we go, how we do this. So as a primary mental object, in the beginning, we follow our own inhalation, exhalation in front of our nose and upper lip area. So allow your inhalation, exhalations to happen itself. It's a very simple technique, but every day we remind it because we need to remind ourselves. And when you close your eyes, sometimes your own mind start to bring some other things. So then you also have to remind yourself. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. Don't interfere with it. Don't try to maintain, don't try to regulate it. Just allow it to happen naturally itself. And when it happens, try to recognize the very nature of the inhalation and exhalation. Knowingly, you are observing and recognizing. And in a certain level, your body, mind, breathing start to work as one. And your mind start to disconnect from the outside desires. And your body start to settle down and don't look for any emotional satisfaction. And so once the mind comes to that tranquility state, then you will see that all these thoughts happening in us, all the disturb come to us. It comes as a result of our own validation that we gave to our perception. There's no any other reason. And once you know that, in the very moment, whatever you experience, you will experience it without holding. So once you have that knowledge deeply inside you, you will recognize in this world what we can experience. In the bottom, just the change. There's nothing else. Once you come to deeply understand it within yourself, we just experience this life. And even though on the outside we put different labels, in the depth of that all, only one thing happened, that is the change. And once you see that, perception and the perceiver, experience and the experiencer, objects and subject, this all you recognize impermanent. And that's the ultimate wisdom that you can gain. So once you have that, naturally your transformation, your liberation the ultimate bliss of Nibbana going to be in front of you. So just get into practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra, just observe. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again and settle down with the sensation. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and into your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of you attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamchutu. Bless you.